Do you have finals?
I do. I'm not stressing about any of them though.
Are you
Like
just
I,
starting finals week soon, or is it already pretty much over?
it's this coming week.
Okay.
Okay.
So I think I got three left. Like I did two of them already,
Uh,
but that's because both those classes were like, I don't want to be here anymore as long like you guys. So we're just going to do the class early.
right.
I love those professors.
Eh.
Yeah, it's kind of like back and forth for me. It's like, yeah, it's convenient, but
Mhm.
also
But the other
feel
hand,
like we're
like you
probably
also
learning
get
less.
less time to do the test.
Uh,
'Cause, like our finals blocks were always 2 or 3 hours. I don't remember anymore, but we had like a huge chunk of time. So if they were like, "Oh, yeah, let's just do it in class," that means you had at most an hour and 15 minutes to do the test.
I mean, usually they'd scale it down though.
I mean, usually they weren't going to write any more for the final. Like teachers rarely went out of their way to like, let's just make this test significantly longer just because it's the final. Like it was either comprehensive and therefore, I mean, yeah, but it's drawing from all the tests, you know exactly what to expect, or it's the same size as everything else and you just have more time to do it in. I never had a teacher who was like, I'm gonna fuck you guys because I can.
Mm.
It's only gonna be over the last 1/3, but it's gonna be 3 hours worth of material. You better know all the fucking nuance.
I think one of my last exams for machine learning, we had he told us we could only take an hour and 15 minutes. Like it was a time test. That's all you got. Um, and all the hard shit I actually studied for. So I looked at it, I'm like, oh, all this math, I remember it. I like wrote it down super quickly. I was like feeling really good about myself. And then I get some other questions, and they're like, what is the color of a red fire truck? And I was like, oh shit, I forgot to read this definition. So I wrote just like complete nonsense, and I was like, awesome. All this other shit that like fucking requires math and actually knowing what it's about was easy, but I forgot what the fuck this word meant, and they're worth the same amount of fucking points. I hated it. I was so pissed off.
We had a
What's a
it was like our
meteor, Nick?
thermodynamics class, and it was like the first page of the final was all just like define these things. But it was like up until that point we hadn't done like define specifically these concepts. And so it was like we sat down, we got the test, you looked at it, and it was like define entropy. And I'm like, chaos. Randomness in a system.
Just write the equation. Boom. Defined. QED.
Just draw Madoka, be like entropy.
No, it's QB's face, like going, "Oh my god, the wish." Ugh.
That was all I remember from that class was I would complain to Brennan about it, and Brennan would just be like, just write Madoka Magica for all of the answers. I'm like, stop, that's not possible. It was just non-stop Madoka memes from Brandon.
Someone else would have gotten it, and it would have been hilarious.
One other person, and I would
You
have had to
would've-
make eye contact with them, and they'd be like, you're also not a normie. I'd be like, don't look at me, don't judge me.
It'd just be fucking weebs making fun of weebs. You two wouldn't interact with each other because you hate each other regardless of what was gonna happen.
Exactly, because
That
we're
man's a
white
weeb.
we're white weebs. We're just super repressed. We hate each other and ourselves. I'm a normie. Don't
fucking-
touch me.
Yeah, those definitions remind me of that first question we had on our physics exam in the last year of high school, where we had to define what a meteor was.
Oh, you're right. God,
We-
that also sucked.
Never talked about this concept
Nope.
of what a flying rock in space was. That was my definition. I was like, a rock in
I'm
space.
pretty sure that was close to what mine was too. That was
I
the
mean-
greatest thing.
That's
so
all that
dumb.
can be expected.
We did like I didn't know what they wanted. Like we all read the question together, looked up, and we all like simultaneously were like looking at each other, wondering what the fuck is that going on.
Because I remember it was like the first or second question. So
It was the
like
first question for me.
Everybody was doing it at the same time, and it was everybody just read it. And it was like, I'm an idiot. Like I clearly know what a meteor is. Like if you were to show me a picture, I would have been like, yes, meteor. But like I can't write it out.
Like I got a headache reading that question. I was like, no. So I like flipped through the other questions. I'm like, I understand all this other crap, But what the
All the
fuck's
rest
a
of this is
meteor?
physics.
Yeah, like it was like fucking really fucking simple quantum mechanics and shit. What else did we learn? Like nuclear physics.
We did a little bit of nuclear physics. We did
Like windmills
a little
and
bit of
shit.
like, basic quantum. Yeah, we did
Yeah.
like applied physics in the terms of like windmills and stuff like that. Uh,
God, I don't remember.
there was a whole bunch of like how does this car work on a frictionless surface, kind of bullshit like that.
Oh, there's entropy.
There was
Again,
some entropy stuff. Yeah, there was some thermodynamics.
here's a refrigerator. Draw fucking something. I
Yeah.
kind of don't remember anything
The
about the class anymore.
refrigerator is open, but it's getting colder inside the refrigerator, despite the fact that it's open. Describe
Discuss.
why entropy says. Yeah, discuss. I forget what I was fucking remember talking about just stupid shit from science classes that we took. Fucking chemistry with resonance was the answer to everything.
Oh right. I remember that happened to me once. I like read the question, I'm like, I don't know this answer, so I'm gonna write resonance, and I was right. And I think
I'm
that was
telling you, like, fucking, it's still a thing in college. Like, my friend was a TA for Orgo, whatever the fuck it was, Orgo 1 or Orgo 2. And it was like, the thing, as you got into, like, actually how bonds work, it went from resonance to just hyperconjugation. And it was just like, people would just write that down. They'd be like, explain why this happens. They're like, hyperconjugation, next question. And I'm like, this cannot still be a thing in, like, the third year of high school, or third year of college. People cannot still be doing this.
I mean, it's everywhere. It's all around you. Why do things get hot? Resonance. Oh god.
Why does hyperconjugation, resonance, covalent bonds? What do you want from me?
Was it benzene? Was that the
Yeah, benzene.
Okay. It's a hexagon with a circle in it, Jeffrey. That's how you draw it.
It's just a lot of sequential
It's a
Fuck.
carbon.
2p bonds. I
2p?
forget. Yeah, they're
fucking.
they're all p or pi bonds technically. So it's orbitals that are up and down, and then each one is connected with another up and down, and then the way they're staggered, essentially electrons just flow in a giant circle all the way around it.
That's cool. And then you
Yeah.
got like weird, fucking nitrogen doing weird shit to it and turning into methamphetamines.
That's because nitrogen always has a free electron, and so it has to put it into an available orbital. And so the
Oh,
orbital
so it
that it
puts it
likes
to
to
the
put it
whole
into,
orbital.
it puts it into the empty up and down orbital, up and down
Oh.
p orbital, so that it then resonates with the thing like your pi bonds in your benzene.
Okay.
Oxygen does it too, but oxygen also has two, so it also sends them out, I think, sideways, which doesn't really help anything, and it kind of fucks with stuff. Oxygen sucks.
I've heard. It's what everyone who breathes it dies.
Yeah, it's true. Everyone who breathes oxygen dies.
That's not true. I breathe oxygen every day, and I'm not dead.
I said dies, not.
Dies,
Yeah,
not
dies.
has died.
Do you understand how like future sense works? Or is it not?
I mean,
future sense?
we don't know that I'm going to die.
Oh well.
That's
a good point.
Don't know that.
He brings up a good point.
Senescence is a thing. We do absolutely know that you're going to die.
What if I am the chosen one though? Like, what if I am the
What if you're
reincarnation of
Jesus?
Jesus Christ?
You are
I'll die, but I'll come right back.
you are
Well,
the missing link.
you
still
Somehow
die,
through
though.
evolution, Jeffrey has escaped senescence.
Yeah.
His organs will be the ones that never start to degrade.
Unless you like
Interesting.
figure out synthetic organs. And you
They're trying to do that. They're
Yeah.
trying to make like organoids with
get, like,
stem cells
replacements.
and test tubes. It's an okay idea.
Isn't that isn't that like the end goal of things like CRISPR? Like the end goal is to inevitably like fix every kind of like problem with aging. Like you'd still die, but it'd be like
I mean,
extremely
that's
slowed
like
down.
the goal of science and why we do research is, ultimately we want to fix everything. Is that possible? Not really. Is it plausible? No. Will we ever accomplish that? Sure the fuck not in our lifetime.
Well, we're bored as fuck, so we might as well do it.
I mean, we'll try everything right up until the point that somebody says, like, this is fucked up, don't try that.
And someone else is gonna do it anyway.
Like, the fact that nobody's ever done gene editing on a in vitro fertilized, like, zygote and then tried to grow it to term just to see what would happen, that's never been done. It's super easy. You can put viral infection agent, especially with, like, in vitro fertilization where it's one cell. That's super easy to do. You could plausibly take that to term and grow a human out of it. Nobody will ever do that experiment because it sounds super fucked up. It sounds like,
It sounds like shit from an anime where you create a really angsty teenager who kills everyone.
Yeah. It sounds like shit from an anime like that, but the problem is that everyone else who's not a weeb like us will look at that and be like, "You're gonna make designer babies. It's like Germany in the 40s. You're just gonna make everybody blonde with blue eyes and white skin."
I'd give mine
Meanwhile,
four
it's all
arms.
Chinese people who are doing the experiments.
I'd give him 4 arms and 2 heads, but not 4 legs, because that'd just be weird.
But how many penises would they have?
I flip a coin like 3 times. For each head, they get a penis.
So you're running the possibility of no penis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Between no and 3 penis is what I'm hearing.
Yes.
yeah.
Between a vagina and 3 penises. Yes.
If it's tails, then it's a vagina, so they can have like 2 vaginas, 1 vagina, or 1 penis. Who the fuck knows? It's all up to chance.
That whatever the fuck it would be when it like comes to term, its first words would just be "kill me."
Kill me.
Technically,
So-
one head's first word would be "kill," the other ones would be "me."
So,
Separate first words.
what anime should we talk about first? What comes first, Ore?
I don't know.
I
Sure.
think it's Ore,
I watch
Megalobox,
them
and Sight.
all in the same.
Well, false, because
Okay.
you said you watched it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah, but I don't have a specific order. Like the first time I watched them, I watched Megalobox first. This time, sometime I watched Ore first. I never watched Sight first. I don't know why. Well, because I haven't. That's why. Easy answer.
Yeah, because
Uh,
this time it didn't come out when you were starting on Friday.
Let's talk about Sight first.
Sure.
Alright, how'd you guys feel about this recent episode?
well-
Go
No
ahead.
problem.
Yeah. So I have a quick question. The other, like my first time talking about them, you guys, but like everyone said that you liked 2 out of the 3 shows. Is Sight the one that you guys don't like?
I don't hate it, but I just, don't like it.
You don't like? Okay, that's fair. I do enjoy the show. I like this episode quite a bit.
Oh. Nick?
What are we discussing?
Sight?
Sight.
It was a good episode. I liked it.
I noticed a really really subtle thing. The red hair, the new antagonist character. I don't
Right.
remember her name. I don't know anyone's name.
Who
When
cares?
she
Red
first
hair.
waves to our main character, she has her fingers in a way so only 3 are showing, and that's because in Japan 3 is an evil number, which is why
Oh.
like
Shit!
yeah. So like in the Mega Man character, like all of the portraits for the characters have it looks like a W. So Americans thought it was because it's Dr. Wily, but no, it's just because 3 is an evil number, and so when she's waving, she has the 3 fingers, and also the pop star when she gets introduced into the class, she waves with 3 fingers as well. So that's a prediction for the future for me.
I didn't like how they immediately told the pop star where the lady was. I wanted it to be like more of a building up with her interacting with black-haired girl.
Well, I mean, we still don't know that she has already gone and shanked a bitch.
But like she knows, like, and she like wants to go
She
shank her
knows.
regardless. I wanted to be like, I wanted to build it up a little bit before, her
I mean,
inevitable.
what's the
like,
build up
freak
there?
out.
Them not saying anything and her just obliviously going with them?
No,
So-
more like she like gets crazier and like starts like talking about how she's gonna kill anyone who helps her out or who's helping out pink-haired girl, and that
I
includes
mean, this
black-haired
isn't a
girl.
new development, though. It wouldn't make sense if she suddenly got, like, super crazy all of a sudden.
If she got more desperate to find her.
I mean, she's been mulling this over for, it sounds like, years.
I'm pretty sure it was like a week.
I don't believe that at all.
No, she hasn't. Like that one girl hasn't been killing for years.
Yeah, she's been like a month.
Yeah, but also I gotta agree with Brandon in that it would have been better to like have the pop star girl feel much more betrayed when she finds out that protagonist characters have been, help like hiding this information, and so it would have made her a interesting like, sympathetic to our villain. So she's going to be our antagonist as well.
Is that interesting? I don't know. I disagree. I
I
don't.
think it'd be more interesting.
Yeah.
I disagree strongly. Vengeance is a sort of bland motive, in my opinion. you can't really play it out in an interesting way. It's pretty like cut and dry. And so like I'm really only interested in how it goes now that she's found out. Whether it's going to be cut a bitch's throat out right away, or like, we need her to be alive because she has important information, and a conflict that develops from there. Slightly more interesting. Vengeance as its only motive, it's fucking just dry. I do not like it as a motive.
Okay.
Well, right now her motive is just vengeance. Like her motive
Exactly,
isn't
and
changing.
I don't like that though. Like, but if we didn't tell her where she was, there would never be anything else beyond that. It would just be her developing her character through this motive of vengeance. And it's such a boring motive. Like, I know exactly how it plays out. They go crazy, they get desperate, they do something dumb, and then they eventually find out, and then things can develop from there once they found out. People are betrayed, air quotes, stuff like that. But like vengeance, when there's nothing else to like add to it, is just so blasé.
But the betrayal is like what me and Jeff are talking about. Like, in fact,
But I mean, we don't know what happens now. I mean, they can go stop her, and then she'll be like, "Why are you stopping me?" And then be like, "Hey, we have this. We knew that she was here, and she has important information. That's a betrayal. That's found out now. That can still develop."
That's true.
I mean, as long as we're just playing our cards to our chest, we're not getting any like, "You're betraying me. I can feel it."
That's assuming this show will maintain at least some semblance of writing integrity.
I mean, it hasn't like gone off the rails yet. Yeah, what?
I don't know. I feel like it kind of has, just because like that's.
I mean, other than
way
the
it's been
facial
working.
expressions, like actual writing integrity, though.
Let me think about it. I guess not. Yeah.
I mean, nothing about it is like horrible. Other
There's
than
nothing
the
particularly.
facial expressions from the brother, it's been like a pretty overall solid show, in my opinion.
Now, are
Okay.
you talking about his facial expressions in general, or just that one scene where it gets like all sorts of fucking weird?
I mean,
mean,
it's not
all
one
of them.
scene and then some of them. Like this.
I mean,
last
it's,
episode
and it's
had
also
one
just
too.
like when we get to walk around with them, he's just like, everybody's scum. They're all just brainless meatbags. I'm just like, I could just see like the I am very smart subreddit where it's just like everybody else is horrible and I'm the best thing in existence. I'm just like, I do not like you. You are a bad character.
He's fucking annoying.
He
I
is.
can't wait till he dies.
He won't.
Oh my god, if he doesn't, I'm gonna riot. I just want him to have the fucking best fucking death ever. I can't wait for that moment. And if it doesn't happen, I won't be happy.
I'm pretty sure
I'll be
that
pretty
Tempest
upset
is
because
gonna be like TDM. It's gonna be Maho Shoujo TDM.
Team deathmatch. It's
Because
kinda
it sounds
building
like
up to
they
that
just
now.
want like the Nana, which is number 7, so that implies there are more of them. She just wants to make one magical girl really powerful, and the only reason I can imagine that is if number 7 has to compete with all of the other numbers in like a Maho Shoujo TDM match.
That's the weird thing. I don't know why. It's Nana is the side admin, right?
The site admin.
I don't know why they just didn't ask the two girls who have all the sticks already to become the new magical girl hunters. I guess it knew that they wouldn't do it. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. Whereas it's easy to influence somebody who already is like, I want to kill everything, to just be like, hey, kill some more shit.
I guess
Be
so.
slightly more of an asshole than you already are.
It's all your fault that I couldn't bully you more. Nah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
rationalization.
Hmm?
She's bad. The new antagonist
Oh no,
character.
she's
I really
a great,
don't like her motive.
terrible
Like,
character. I love her.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
think
it's classic rationalization. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Everybody does it.
Yeah, I'm not saying it
I'm
was
pretty
bad.
sure
I'm
there
saying I
are
liked
real
it.
bullies with that exact same rationalization of
Yeah,
like,
I know.
how dare you not let me bully you harder?
Yeah, that's why it's perfect. I really like it. I'm not saying it's bad.
okay, I don't. So all right, I like her motivation for becoming the villain, the magical girl villain. I just don't like her like why she be like her first instance as a bully and bullying our protagonist. I
Because she's a
just don't.
shitty person. Like, I
Yeah.
think this is already like,
Like
this is like black and white. She's just a shitty person.
Yeah.
Like that is her
A
entire
shitty
character.
person, and she got, in her mind, disrespected by the girl, and it spiraled out of control from there.
Yeah,
It's not exactly like novel. It's not like they're doing something crazy. Like,
like she actually is just a really bad person.
yeah. I'm pretty
but
sure
then
this
why
plays
try,
out
why try to
in
do all that smart
high
stuff? Like the
schools
why be
all
nice
across
at first?
America.
Wait, what smart stuff?
Well,
Everybody does
not
that.
smart stuff. Why be nice at first?
Exactly, because she wants to be liked. She wants to be appreciated. She wants somebody to say thank you. She didn't. In her mind, she was at that point disrespected. So she then lashed out after being disrespected.
Okay.
I'm fairly sure that was just her like fucking with her. Like she was just gonna bully her anyways. I think
I'm
that's what was gonna
more
happen.
willing to believe that she genuinely was like, I want you to respect me. Oh, you're gonna not say thank you? You're a fucking bitch. Like, I don't know. It's not like, yeah. This is something that plays out in high schools all across the nation. I'm not surprised or shocked by what they went with.
The more you know. But yeah. Let's see, what else happened? Oh, fucking, we found out that blonde-haired girl is
that
after
human.
a murderer. Yeah. She is spitting on your grave right now, essentially, with the murderer. How'd she get the contraption? Like, did she stop
fucking-
time forever and then just like drag that shit across the fucking world and put it in
The
her
don't touch me
furnace?
cross? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I assume that at some point she had to have done like a super extended pause and like gone and hunt down the murderer, dragged him to her apartment, hooked him up to that like fucking monstrosity. Like I'm assuming she had to have done a super pause at some point.
God damn, that would have been. I would not have the patience for that. Like, after an hour of dragging that shit around, I would have been like, okay, I'm done. I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna shoot him in the face. But she wants to drag it out. Wait, why's she waiting? I don't think we ever, like. Did they have
Torture.
it? Torture?
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
it's just torture.
I feel like she was just waiting for an
says
event.
he will die when I let him die.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought like she was waiting for something specific, and I guess
I
that
think
makes
it's
sense.
I think it's just until she's satisfied with how much he's suffered.
Also,
You
what
notice
think-
he has a big old pipe heading into his penis?
I did.
yeah.
He's got the fucking
I just saw that. I was
bag.
like, I wonder what that's gonna be.
I think it's just like he pees in it, so she's gonna
Yeah.
clean it up.
That's his colostomy bag.
Yeah. He's not a
Probably
patient.
the
He's there to like.
matching one from behind.
Oh,
Yeah.
most likely. Well, no, colostomy bag is like when you like have a surgery and like there's a hole in
Colostomy
your...
bag usually they just take it straight out of your guts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just a little poo-poo shoot.
Yeah,
poop
pretty
chute.
much. The poop chute that you have to strap to your leg, essentially.
Ew. God damn it.
That's how colostomy bags work, dude. Don't get old.
The poop chute?
That's my only recommendation for that.
I thought it was just a bag that you attach to your abdomen. I guess it depends.
I mean, you can attach it like anywhere.
Yeah.
You have to bring it with you. It has to be on your body, essentially.
I know that much. They made a joke about it in Silicon Valley where they call this guy two assholes. But really he had no assholes because he had to stitch it, get it stitched shut, and he had to get a colostomy bag.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was a fun episode. They lost the I forgot what it was. Who cares? Anyways, Tempest is now confirmed to be the sperm in the sky thing.
Yeah.
Because the girl saw it. I wonder what the fuck they're doing with that, because I still have no fucking
Team
clue.
deathmatch.
Mostly talking
Telling
about
you,
why
it's team
sperm
deathmatch.
in the sky.
That's what we said originally when we looked at the Maho Shoujo, like, the PR video. It was just like a whole bunch of magical girls fighting other magical girls. It's gonna be team deathmatch at some point.
But I'm saying, why the sperm in the sky?
I don't know. Why
Yeah.
anything?
That's a good point. Yeah, why anything? They went
Why
back to the
pet,
fucking
why
same.
pet play?
Oh,
Why is that a thing?
because they have to pander, and then kind of joke about it later on.
In the creepy please own us way?
Yeah,
We're your pet, please buy us.
and then the girl uses her panties to influence people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say about the show.
Yeah.
Like,
I want to see where it goes.
I think this episode was a bit slower. I didn't think as much stuff happened as the others. At least that's the way it felt to me. I felt like there was like a big plot point in the beginning with her becoming the girl, then the flashback, and then we learn about the blonde-haired girl. And that's really all that happened. So kind of 2 instances of just plot points, and that's about all. But yeah, we'll see what happens. It's probably going to be a team deathmatch later on, or you
So
know.
do we know that when when you go unconscious from your magical powers, like with blonde girl, like she is pretty taken out for right now. Do you recover from that? Like, do we know that and I just missed it? Or is she just like, oh, she's fucked for like ever now?
No, she's pretty much fucked.
She's pretty boned. I think as they explained it, like you're essentially trading away your life force to use your powers.
Yeah. So on
So think of it as like, you're going to die at some point. The world knows you're going to die. So you have like a certain amount of seconds of life. And you're trading away some of your seconds of life in order to use your powers. And so she has traded away a fuck ton of her seconds.
That's kind of disappointing. I actually
She-
liked her character then.
she's gonna die at some
She's,
point.
like,
I'm pretty
fucked
sure.
forever.
I'm pretty sure
She
she's
might
gonna
not die soon. I
Yeah.
mean, fucking what?
She's gonna
Fucking,
die. She's gonna die. If she doesn't die soon, she's gonna die in the team deathmatch.
Pink hair is apparently rocking like the organs of an 80-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, it will kill you very early, but I don't think yellow hair is used nearly enough yet. I don't know.
On their forum though, they have a little tattoo of a heart, and once that disappears, they die.
I think it's a tattoo of whatever your thing is. I think it's just a heart for her.
Oh. Oh, yeah. I guess
Because
that makes
her
sense.
symbol is the heart, and everybody has their own symbol.
But no, they can change symbols depending on what the stick they use.
But I mean, I think it changes based on like
The
just
original symbol?
The mark on your wrist changes because it only appears when you're using your thing.
Yep.
So I'm assuming the mark also matches the like symbol of the thing.
Yeah, well, we haven't seen other girls' symbols on their wrist, so yeah, it might be, standard.
Yeah.
What your original symbol was or whatever the symbol is of the stick you're using. Her stick's a yo-yo. I kind of like that bit. She's fucking that one kid who fights Kuwabara.
He is.
Although,
That one kid had two. He had two yo-yos.
I mean, she could always get two yo-yos. It's entirely possible she finds someone else with a yo-yo.
Kuwabara. He just went like fucking hammer time on Kuwabara's ass.
Yeah, he did. So then,
Why was Kuwabara even there? What point did he serve?
He was so fucking useless.
He was so useless.
Sword, get longer. Oh god, that hurts my throat.
We had like I can control all these badass plants, including the fucking like Death Lotus. We had fucking like Black Dragon Arms style Super McEdgelord. We had I'm actually an old lady, but I wrap my face up and you can't tell, but I'm a super badass. And then we have fucking MC with MC bullshit powers. And then we have fucking Kuwabara, who just has energy sword and is an asshole.
Spirit shotgun. Oh, Kuwabara. I think they're making an OVA for like an episode of how Hiei and the Fox met. Kurama? That was his name. Kurama. And Nate Fox is named Kurama, I've come to realize.
His fucking that Death Lotus thing was so nice.
Aha, you've already died. I put the little seed on you.
You
Haha! Jeffrey, you should really watch.
sprouts into beautiful flowers.
Yeah, you should watch a show called Yu Yu Hakusho.
I don't know if you have to.
You should. It's fun.
It's very
I've
early
heard of that one.
90s.
It's got some moments of like decent animation.
Eh. I mean, it has individual moments, yeah, but like the majority of it is early 90s.
Yeah, but if you can look past that, it's a cool show.
Yeah.
I mean, early '90s isn't necessarily bad. Like, isn't
Cowboy
Cowboy Bebop?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like also Transition. That's the same style that we use for Megalobox, correct?
Kind of.
Kind
That's
of.
based on the. It's like it has that same aesthetic to it, isn't it? Like that's how it was supposed to. Like it is hand drawn animation.
It's
Well, I
not
mean, they're
hand-drawn.
doing it. They're doing it stylized that way, with like 2018 methods. So
Yeah.
like it looks a lot better. Whereas in the 90s, they were doing it that way because that's what they had.
But even then, like the hand drawn stuff from back then, like can look really fucking nice compared to like
It
some
can.
other
It doesn't
series.
all. It's not like it's not just because one thing
Yeah.
looks fucking like a masterpiece that everything looks like a masterpiece. Some stuff looks like shit.
Most stuff
It
looks like
looks
shit.
good.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
that doesn't mean
fucking,
2018 is necessarily better though, because I mean, look at like the horses from.
Okay,
CGI
yeah,
horses.
CGI has always been horrible though.
Well, even then, the show didn't look good. Anyways,
No.
it was mediocre at best.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to Megalobox. And it's
Yes,
not, we should
my
just call
transition.
this just boxing, because that's what's happening. Well, that's what the main character's doing. Everyone else is actually Megaloboxing.
Yep.
I'm kind of disappointed he didn't lose, honestly. Like at least one round.
Well, that might be coming up because he still has
Lost
2 rounds left.
2 rounds, in fact.
What?
He lost the first 2 rounds of
Oh,
that fight.
Oh, he
okay.
meant like matches.
In no way did he
meant
score
matches.
good.
I did
matches.
mean matches.
Yes.
Okay.
My bad.
Rounds are very different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
matches.
I'm not a boxing aficionado.
I'm not either, but I know the difference between rounds and matches.
Anyways, yeah, he won all 3 matches, but if he was going to lose, they would set it up similar to how they set up this next fight, where like we know who the character they're going to fight is, and like they have some history with fucking shitty coach,
Yeah.
shitty person coach.
Yeah.
He's actually not a bad coach apparently, or he might be a bad coach. Who the fuck knows?
I mean, he has won every like his 3 matches without armor, so he can't be that bad.
I mean, he's going to win all of them. He has to win out.
Yeah, I mean, I know he does have to, but I mean, like, okay, they did a really good setup in his fight with Shark. I think that's his name, right?
Yeah, Shark
Yeah.
Shajima.
I thought that was a really good fight. You know, he only took I think 2 punches, but like he was borderline knocked the fuck out. And you know, I thought it was a really really nice fight.
Yeah, the reason I think the
And-
other 2 fights were montages is because they kind of wanted to speed it up a little bit, get to the actual like
Yeah.
other stuff. So
I get why they did that.
yeah. Nick, you
But
said,
also, like,
whoa.
he is at a huge disadvantage with his not having gear thing, and I like to see underdog, but maybe like after the first one, have him like maybe instead of doing 3 in this episode, maybe have someone like see like, oh shit, he can beat good people with gear without gear on, and then like maybe find an investor or something like that who can actually get him up with some not bad gear.
That's gonna happen, I think, eventually.
Did you not pay attention?
Also,
They
they're
say
specifically
they're
doing
only
that for a reason.
they're only fighting the first 3 gearless.
First 3? Okay, so it was the
Why
first
the
3.
first 3?
Oh,
to
to
create
elevate his
hype.
name. Yeah, to get hype.
Yeah.
Like, that was the actual thing.
Because
They
he
want
was
people
he
to
was
fight him.
bottom. He was 257, last guy on the
Yeah.
list. So he needs to create some amount of like worth to his name as he goes up the list to continuously fight better and better people. Because he has to get to the top 4 before in 5 fights.
Yeah.
And so that's why he fights gearless the first 3. Is that with the 4th fight, he's fighting the 13th ranked guy. He's like mid 100s, I think, is
Yeah,
where
he's
he was
like
at the
he's
end.
trying to hop. He's hopping far.
Yeah. So I mean, he's jumping and he's using like a PR stunt by fighting gearless. So that's why now that he's like starting to fight like top tier talent, he's gonna start actually megaloboxing. So this next fight with the guy that the coach recognizes, he is gonna be an actual fight, so they can do it a lot more justice.
That reveal was a little weird. I was expecting someone we knew, and like when they panned up,
Yeah.
and I saw him, like, I don't know who this person is. Why did you do this? What's going on?
I thought it was gonna be the fucking whatever the hell, the mafia boss or whatever.
Yeah, I thought
he
this
is.
would be like he goes down. So it's like, oh, they're doing this early then. Okay, but it wasn't. It was just some other dude. It's like, all right. Apparently the coach knows him, but we the fuck
Yeah,
don't.
it was an interesting
Yeah.
decision.
Maybe it was like, maybe it was a subversion. We were expecting to know who it was, but we actually didn't. Boom.
What would it have been like if we'd gotten to that point and the coach had turned around and been like, "Who the fuck is this?"
You're like, who? Okay, cool. You're the 13th. Nice to meet you.
Am I supposed to be impressed?
Well,
That would've been very-
you said you were hyped the first half, right, Nick?
Yeah, when he fucking like came in with no gear on.
I was hyped like at the end of the fight. Would you consider that the end of the half, or I don't
Yeah,
know? Like,
I mean
okay,
through the
okay.
entire thing. So I mean, starting with he walks into the ring with no gear on, going into fucking megalo boxing fight where we've already seen like how much damage that shit can do,
Yeah,
and then straight up until he basically breaks out the Muhammad Ali rope-a-dope style.
I
It was
love
a
that.
solid fucking fight.
He was just dancing all over the fucking place.
Dude, he had that Muhammad Ali float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Mm-hmm. I like how all the titles like have dead in it. Have the word dead.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
kind of a fun little like a theme throughout, which makes me feel that Joe's actually gonna die at the end. Where the ending, the title's gonna be Joe's dead.
Joe is dead.
Joe's dead. There's no way around it. Joe dies.
I don't know. I'd like to see a season 2 though of it. I don't know if I don't think it's probably going to get one because
I
like
don't see why they
the
would
things I've
have
read
one.
so far. Well, the things I'm reading so far like suggest that there hasn't been a lot of traffic to this show.
Well, at least on Reddit, there's been a good amount of traffic. But why? There's no reason for it to be a second season because
Yeah.
it feels like this is going to end where the story should end. Like the story's done, it should end. It ends, and it's
Yeah.
done.
There's no like source material they're drawing from, as I understand it. Like this is a totally original story that, like Brandon said, is basically a love letter to Ashita no Joe, and it's going to be one season.
Yeah, it's going to be a season. People don't like it. Well, people should fucking like it, and it's going to end.
Yeah, it's good. I'm very much enjoying the show.
It's unfortunate that we're going to get more of this style, but you get what you get, and I'm glad someone did this. I think this is like the director's first show.
Really?
I think so. I'll have to look into it, so don't quote me on anything, but this might be the director's first show. I think that's what I remember seeing around. So, next time we might have something similar, because he'll be, directing other shit. Oh, that fucking sounds stupid.
We don't exactly come to you expecting like hard hitting commentary though.
I'm gonna cut that shit out, whatever. Or probably not. Whatever.
Implying Brandon does any editing.
I edit out the small parts where I can see that there's nothing, there's no talking, and then I'm just all right, that's good enough. I might accidentally cut between words. Who the fuck cares? Yeah.
All of our viewers care. All of our
0.
let's see how many. Let me go to your page right now and see
0
how many
viewers.
Pretty sure
things.
0. Regardless. Damn, my head hurts.
That's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate, and I can't think straight.
The video's just called Anime Book Club, or are they called ABC?
Yeah, just go on my channel. I'll fucking post it later. Who cares?
All right, whatever. Do we have anything else to say about boxing?
I feel like I did,
Boxing this.
but I completely forgot everything.
I was really happy to find the music on Spotify. I fucking love the music to this
Oh yeah,
show.
the ending song and the main theme are both on Spotify. I couldn't find anything else. Eventually, I released the whole soundtrack. So we've got that.
Oh. And did you guys?
I know
listen
that I
to,
enjoy it.
Oh yeah.
Do not listen. Don't pay attention.
I like music. If there's a good soundtrack in a show or a movie, I always tune into it. It always elevates it for me.
Yeah, I did like the music. Did you guys listen to? Did you watch Sight with headphones on, or did you just watch it?
I'll just have headphones on.
on-
I do like the
Really
sound
liked
design.
when you-
It's cool.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome.
The little rumbles. Oh, the fucking cello and piano and violin that are playing when she's walking into the room or blonde-haired girl's house. Fucking priceless. I loved it.
I also thought when the guy I thought it went on too long, but when the brother was saying scum over and over again, it would go in one ear and then the other. It would play it both, and I thought, oh, that's neat.
Yeah, although I felt that scene went on for a little too long because I was starting to get
It
annoyed.
went on too long.
Yeah, but I did like the effect. Very nice. So on to Ore, where things happened. Squirrels attacked a lightning pole, a pylon, and a cyborg came up and just beat the shit out of them with a taser gun. Did you guys see the final, the after credits scene?
Yeah, it did.
That fucked my head.
I don't know. I'm pretty
didn't.
sure he's a
What happened?
cyborg.
Yeah, I think he's actually a robot.
Oh, with all the other ones, yeah.
Yeah.
He got stabbed in the fucking
He gets
chest.
stabbed in the
In
stomach,
yeah.
and then goes home, and you see 6 other ones,
Me and my little brothers.
1 through 6, who were apparently making something. I guess they were doing animations for a cyborg man show.
Who the fuck knows? I
They're
don't
making
know what's going on.
They're
I
doing
think-
costume design.
Fucking shitty costume. He's like Moon Rider, but worse.
Seriously,
He's the mechanist from Fallout.
I didn't play Fallout.
I don't know that reference.
Good
Fallout.
job.
He's on Fallout 3 and Fallout 4. He thinks he's a superhero, but he's like a villain. He's terrorizing the people, and it's just a guy dressed as. Hold on, let me.
Except Cyborg Man helps people. He just doesn't like the magical girls.
Moomin Rider helped somebody. Probably
He
at some
helped-
point.
Yeah, Moomin Rider helped many people.
He helped by being like a meatbag for a couple seconds
No.
before Saitama got
Yeah.
there.
Uh-huh.
He got the cat out of the tree.
Oh,
He
you're
got
talking
a
about
balloon
Cat
out
Pepper
of a
help.
tree.
Okay.
He's
I mean,
helping people in the way that a Class C hero can. He is the top ranked Class C hero for a reason.
Jeffrey has strong feelings about Moomin Rider.
I fucking love Moomin Rider, dude. One of my
Jeff-
favorite characters in that show. I just love One Punch Man.
Jeffrey defending Moomin Rider. He's trying, okay? Yeah. What's he trying to
doing
do?
his
He's
best.
best. Well, I can't.
Justice Crash, best power.
I can't argue that.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
I forgot to
He
mention.
throws his bike.
Yeah.
Oh my
Fucking
god.
Joe had a Justice Crash last episode, or our episode before this, where he's like
He
riding,
did,
just like
he had a Justice
smashes
Crash.
No,
his
he did
fucking
have the
bike.
Justice Crash.
Yo, he treats that bike like fucking garbage.
He does. I'd be amazed if it was still in one piece at the end of the show.
So, okay, right now we're 3 for 4 wherein he crashes his bike. We'll see how many times. Well, hold up. The first episode had 2 crashes, one in the beginning and one in the middle.
Isn't it the same Crash though?
No. So he crashes when he's riding on the highway and he meets Yuri. And in the first one, he's like riding through, the desert, and he crashes there.
You're right.
So we have 4 crashes. We've got Justice Crash, the 2 crashes from the first 2 episodes, and then another crash in the second episode, I think.
Was it the Capital Wasteland in Fallout 3? Is that what it was called?
So there's the Capital Wasteland in Fallout 3, yes, and it's the Commonwealth in 4.
Right.
God, he reminds me of something, but I just can't fucking put my finger on it.
The Mechanist.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, so you guys haven't played. Have you guys played Fallout 3 or 4?
I guess I never interacted with the Mechanist
Okay,
in
so
3.
I bought Fallout 3 like 6 years ago to play on my PC. It never worked. Just installed it, turned that shit on, put my fingers on WASD and my finger on my mouse, and it immediately crashed. Flash forward 3 hours later, I couldn't fix it, and I was like, alright, I guess I'm not playing this fucking game anymore. So I never played it. Fuck Fallout 3. Fuck them for, like, being shitty at making a port. I hate them.
I feel like I did a lot in Fallout 3. Like, I collected a whole bunch of shit. But there was also, like, probably an hour and a half of game time, of, like, consecutive game time, where I would just open the game and then go around Megaton murdering everybody and then, like, quit without saving. For, like, an hour and a half consecutively, like, I would just open the game, do that, close the game, and, like, come back later and do it again. And then, like, finally, I was like, I'm bored of just killing everybody in Megaton. I'm just gonna finish the game, and I just did, like, main quest lines until I was done with the game.
Okay.
That's what it is.
But, like, I feel like I explored a decent amount of the Capital Wasteland.
There's
Like,
this
I
huge
went around and
big
found a
city.
whole bunch of, like, the named weapons.
There's this whole big city that's like being attacked by ants. You hear it over the radio a whole bunch. You go there. There's a person who controls ants called
Uh-huh.
the antagonist.
Oh, I do remember this. Except
And
for
then-
I just blew everybody up.
And
I
then
think I had just gotten mini nukes and a mini nuke launcher. I just went around and just nuked everything. I was like, I'm done.
This was a fun game.
Yep, I remember him right before I shot him with the mini nuke.
yeah. So you gotta like face off against her. Well, you don't even see her at the first. You have to like kill all the ants, and then a little boy tells you that there are 2 comic book heroes fighting each other, and
Uh-huh.
like there's a bunch of robots that are fighting ants. And this guy was a mechanic who didn't like ants attacking him, so he built a bunch of robots and became a superhero. And this lady became a superhero, a super villain to combat him, called the antagonist.
Right.
And she controls ants with her antennae, and that's it. That you kill them both, as you do in Fallout.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The very fallen ending of either everybody ends happy and goes away and gives you caps, or you just kill everything in sight.
Yeah, I think you can save the mechanist.
Why would
That's
you?
not like.
Why would
I mean,
you?
you shouldn't.
Exactly.
I did.
Just shoot mini nukes and everything. That was my answer to so much in that game. And then you got
Nukes
fucking
are a hard commodity.
the named mini nuke launcher where you could shoot 8. Thing was a monster.
That was.
I remember I got that. I just went around and hunted down fucking the like gigantic super mutants. I just went around and hunted those things down and murdered them all.
That's great. I mean that could. I think that weapon could kill anyone like in the game. I think it was powerful enough to do it.
Yeah. It shot 8 mini nukes. It fucking ate through my mini nuke supply. I had so many of those motherfuckers right until I got that gun, and then I had like none.
Back to Ore.
One day I just went to reload it, and it was like, you don't have enough mini nukes.
Go get some more.
Yeah.
So, Ore.
Right.
It continues to be kind of funny. I hate that they did the flashbacks. It was kind of annoying to like the episode before. I feel like flashbacks are annoying me more and more. I don't know why. It's not just like this episode of this show. It's just in general. Whenever I see flashbacks now, I'm just getting a little bit more annoyed.
I don't know why you hate them so much.
I don't know. Like I understand a flashback if like they're flashing back to something you've never seen before, where they're like trying to tell a story. But like just a cutaway where like, all right, this is what happened last episode. I'm just gonna show you because we want to pad out the time and don't feel like anything else.
But none of their flashbacks had anything. None of their flashbacks to stuff that had happened had anything to do with padding. It had everything to do with reminding you of stuff that had happened.
Yeah, but I feel like
it was like this is happening, and then it would cut back to like a 5-second scene of like, here's why it's happening. I appreciated them. I didn't remember everything that happened in the first episode, so I needed some reminders.
I don't think it was in the first episode. There's one that happened like last episode. Was one of the flashbacks.
There was like 2 to episode 2.
Okay.
There was like the cut of fucking Mohiro when he like first falls in love with dude Psyche, and there was another cut back to after she like beat the shit out of all the squirrels.
Those cutbacks
were like
are
the only
like...
2. I mean, it was a maximum of like 5 seconds both times.
But it's still 5 seconds of that weird filter.
You were so there was no filter. There was like vague fuzz on the edge.
Exactly. It's a filter.
It wasn't a filter over the whole thing. It was fuzz around the edge. Most of the actual picture was fine. It's only a filter if it applies to the entire screen.
Flashbacks are terrible. I hate
You're
flashbacks.
An asshole.
Flashbacks are the devil.
You are an animal.
You know what show doesn't have flashbacks?
What show doesn't have flashbacks?
I actually don't know. I was about to say Sight,
so.
But I think it actually had flashbacks this episode.
It definitely has flashbacks. We flashed back to when her family got murdered, and it was like 5 minutes long.
No, that was a flashback that we'd never seen before. That was like her telling a story.
To the brother when he was like thinking about all those times where he got smacked, and he thought back to when he got smacked.
Once again, we never saw it before. That was flashing back.
We literally had just seen it.
Wait.
We just saw him get the shit slapped out of him by the dad. And
oh shit, that thing, right. I was talking about like the first part. I was talking about like that first, like when we first see that. But yeah, you're right. It happens later on.
Though. It flashes back later.
That was so fucking stupid. I hate when they do that.
Exactly, like I'm saying, flashbacks are in every show. You just need to accept it, B.
No, like flashbacks are things we should fucking seen before. I'm talking about that stuff. That's what's annoying.
You're not talking about that stuff because you're complaining about it happening in fucking Ore, where it was 2 episodes prior.
Yeah, I don't like it. I know what happened. You don't have to fucking keep reminding me all over again.
I didn't. I appreciated them.
That's your fault because you weren't paying attention.
Bitch, you were the one who doesn't pay attention to like 90% of the things we watch.
I pay attention to the 10% that doesn't matter, sir.
You pay attention to when it flashes back, apparently.
Because it just stands out.
When somebody says, "Oh, I remember," you're like, triggered.
No!
Or remember
not again!
Triggered.
Everything just starts shaking. I like the Cyborg character. I think he's kind of funny. I wonder what they'll do with him.
I love that they like everyone was just okay with our main character or like just bludgeoning these demons to death.
They weren't okay. Again, they were horrified. They were horrified.
No, but then like immediately like they turn around and like, oh, look how great.
Oh, yeah.
They, like, Shoujo.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were pretty okay with it.
They were okay after
They were shook in the moment, but then afterwards they were like, they deserved it.
It was like the cold water. Like at first you're like, oh god, and then you're like, okay, this kind of feels okay, and then a minute later you're like, oh, this is terrible.
Exactly. at first you're like, no, they're killing things, and then you think about it, you're like, they were bad. They were bad things. They were worth killing.
No, they were just like fun little squirrel things.
They're only fun little squirrel things until they transform, apparently.
And they have their own language of weird cutesy talk.
Yeah, apparently.
That's
These
also something
squirrels
that
are
pisses
like
me off.
they're getting character development.
Who's gonna be the leader squirrel? Oh, dude, if they have like a super macho leader squirrel as the main
Dude,
antagonist.
some of our squirrels were fat this time.
Yep, there's a higher variety. There's different colors as well. We know for sure that the squirrels are not racist because they accept everyone. They just don't like Mahuyo for some reason. They don't like idols at all because they're about to steal the two girls.
Yeah.
And there's a blossoming love triangle with the blonde girl also liking guy Saki, whatever, pink haired, and then Mohiro. Yeah, what?
Ore. That's her
Her-
superhero name.
Her superhero name is Ore,
Okay.
which is me, apparently.
Yeah, I am superhero me. That is my name, me.
Me.
You mean me? No, me. I am me. You are not me. But I am
He is
me.
me, and I am you. I'm gonna slap everybody up in here. You, me, him, everybody.
Fuck me, no fuck you.
Ooh. God, I love Rush Hour. It was so good.
Oh, I was talking about Austin Powers.
I was talking about Rush Hour.
I'm fuck me. Oh, okay. It's fuck you. I forgot what movie that was from. I think it might have been Goldfinger or Gold whatever.
He's the man with the gold finger.
Yeah. Yeah, fun episodes all around. They have not gotten worse, which I'm happy about.
No.
Like, except for 3D Kanojo, where it kind of got dumb. So I felt like that show was taking itself too seriously a little bit, and then the next plot point, I didn't know if it was a joke or not, and then it wasn't a joke, and I was like, oh, okay.
I mean, no part of like he abducted my sister sounded like a joke.
It kind of was playing like a joke though. Like they had that like snazzy, fast like animation thing, or like the Billy Smith officer's like, oh my god, what the hell's going on here? He's like, oh. It felt like a joke. And then, to me, it kind of felt like a joke. It was a little weird.
I did not. It felt very serious to me. I took it as like the police officers immediately like tackling him, like he was with my sister. The police officer immediately stop resisting.
Get down on the ground. And we also have another douchebag in the show.
We do have another douchebag,
Jesus Christ.
but he was a real douchebag.
As opposed to a red-haired girl who isn't a complete douchebag. Well, I'm cross shows here. Sorry, Nick.
I mean, she's just a crazy person. Like she's just a psychopath.
But I feel like crazy
it
and
feels
douchebag are.
complicated to say like you're a douchebag and a psychopath. It's like I can't really separate them in my mind.
Oh, okay. So like,
I don't know.
Psycho
what percentage
encompasses
is
douchebag.
Douche to psycho. Like it's a weird. She's got some balance there. I don't know if she's all douchebag and whatever. But this guy is just 100% douchebag. He's not crazy. He's not like sociopathic. He's just an asshole.
I feel like maybe there's like stages to it. Where, like you're a douchebag, and then the level up is like being psycho, but you're still a douchebag.
I mean, this red-haired girl is a sociopath at the minimum. She clearly does not understand like basic social tenets.
Is she the one that killed the cat, right? Or was it one of the friends?
No, one of the friends did.
Oh, okay.
I think I don't know. Ribbon
girl
in the
that died?
hair killed the friends. I forget. The other two like look identical.
Maybe collectively they killed the cat. Let's just go with that.
Yeah,
They
they
were
all
all
took
there.
turns.
Oh god. They all took turns in the box.
No, I regretted it the minute I said it. Be a fucking douchebag McGillicuddy. The thing that annoyed me about him, like the one thing that I was like, you're a real asshole.
One thing.
The one thing. Of everything. It was an early thing. It was before the whole he touched my sister thing. So this was like where I was decided like you're an asshole. Was the way he phrased like the like I want to date your girlfriend was not like you should break up with your girlfriend. It was you should give her to me. And I'm like, you're kind of an asshole. Like who phrases it that way?
An asshole.
Like, who looks at it as like, you should give her to me. Fuck what she wants. You should give her like a gift to me. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Apparently a lot.
Apparently,
At least his sister isn't a complete idiot.
false.
What? Oh yeah, she did scream, but
She
she tries to fix it
screams
later.
and then proceeds to not explain. Oh, he made me scream to the police officer.
We don't know what happened afterwards. The police officer just kind of talks to him and then.
I choose to
fucking-
believe that the sister did
fucked her
nothing and
up.
was a dickhead too.
Okay. I guess she only fixes it when she finds out it was her friend's brother.
She was complicit in doing it, and therefore
She's
I
also
kinda
like
do
8
her.
or 9. Or
So
whatever the
that's
fuck-
old enough to understand that you're doing something wrong.
I guess so. But like not when someone of like higher stature like tells you to do something and like you do it. And you're like, I don't
I
really
mean, but
want to
when
do
you
this.
when you see somebody like in the beginning of that when interaction with the girl, like she clearly flinches back. She understands enough the whole like weird people will try and touch people
Stranger
on a
danger.
girl thing. Stranger danger. It's a thing for a reason for girls. So like clearly she understands that, and that was exactly what they played into, and she at no point tried to stop it. Like I'm going to believe that she was an asshole too.
Okay.
She may have just been like an accomplice to assholery, but that doesn't mean she's like forgiven.
Okay. Stupid ass fucking fly.
Associate to douchebag. And then she only goes to fix it when she figures out like, oh my god, my friend is in pain because of that thing we did. It's like, wow, I'm so glad that you have so much social understanding of things that you don't care until somebody you actually have to interact with.
I don't know.
that
Once
you care
again,
about.
she's 9 years old. She's not gonna have that much like experience with like social cues.
Yeah, but like she clearly understands like we did a thing, and this thing has impacted somebody who I care about, and therefore I should do something about it. Not like we
That's
did
how
a
people
thing and
learn.
it was wrong.
I don't think she knew it was wrong. She just knows she screamed.
And somebody got in trouble. I don't know
Yeah.
I don't know how that police officer could respond that quickly and for that girl not to understand that he's getting in trouble.
We never see her turn around. No, I don't know.
I don't
Maybe
know.
they'll like try to make her out to be a better person in the next episode. They're like, oh, she
I
didn't,
hope
you know,
not.
see what's going on or something. Why? You just want her to be an asshole?
I just want her to be a dickhead.
I don't want her to be a dickhead.
I have no sympathy.
Although blonde-haired kitty, he's a dickhead.
She's related to douchebag and therefore slightly prone to douchebaggery through genetics.
Okay. Let's just CRISPR that out of her.
Exactly. Dude, if we could find it, the non-coding region that influences douchebaggery, ooh, that'd be interesting. There'd be a whole lot of like nerds who got bullied in high school that were like, "We can do this. Let's just put it in the football team's Gatorade."
Now you're being a bully. What's wrong? You're the blonde kid.
I'm insulting my own people. I know. These are my people. I'm allowed to insult them. I'm one of them.
I have friends who are nerds.
I mean, I'm going for my PhD. I'm pretty much like the textbook of a nerd right now.
I don't know. I feel like the definition of a textbook of a nerd has like the textbook nerd has like kind of evolved, where it's like just now a person who like has no aspirations and just plays video games in their basement.
Yeah.
Like that is what a nerd is now.
Like a neat-
I feel like nerd and geek have combined to become one concept, whereas before they were definitively
I
separate
honestly
concepts.
didn't know they're different things for like the longest time. I just thought they were interchangeable.
Well, like nerd, way back in the in a time before us, so the 80s.
Then the
I
90s.
feel like nerd was more, and well, I'm more going for like really early, like the origins of nerds and geeks in like the 70s and 80s. Nerds were like the people who cared about school, and geeks were the people who cared about like comic books.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
But
like
that's-
while
that's
there
what
was
the stereotype is.
crossover, they could also be definitively separate things.
I
Like
see
you
that.
could be a dumb geek or a nerd who didn't care about Star Wars.
I agree with that. I can see that happen. Oh.
But it's still pretty definitively like that. I mean, people just use people do use the terms interchangeably, but when I think of that, I still consider like that to be the separation.
Alright,
I don't know.
I think a lot of people do.
When anyone ever says nerd now, I just think of a neckbeard.
That's fair.
Yeah, like that's what I think of now.
A lot of like nerd or classic like geek or nerd, depending on how you use the terms. A lot of like classic things though have like degraded as time went on. Like D&D came more into vogue. Like superhero movies are super in vogue. Like Like a lot of stuff that used to be like classic like geek things are now like everybody likes them. It's totally cool.
Yeah, because they're always
Like
kind of fun.
fucking LARPing is like the last remaining bastion of like
Lightning
that's
bolt!
when you're a geek.
Lightning bolt! You gotta
Up
do
until
that
that
and
point, you can
spit in your
still be a
mouth.
normal person, but as soon as you LARP, it's over. You're a geek forever.
I mean, honestly, it's not that big of a step above Dungeons and Dragons, though. Like,
It's
let's
not.
be real.
I'm
Like,
not. I'm not
it's
saying.
not a
I'm not
big step
saying
at
it's a
all.
bad thing, but I'm saying like in terms of like things that have been co-opted into like the public consciousness. Like most people are pretty okay with D&D now. Like most people when they see D&D aren't like, oh my god, you're a whole bunch of nerds because like so many celebrities have
God,
come out
you're
and said like
Satan's worshippers.
I like playing D&D. Like fucking oh my god,
Vin Diesel.
Sofia Vergara's husband,
Oh.
who is like a massive Pittsburgh Steelers fan. He was on like the cover of GQ. He's like he's like fucking shredded. Like he could be one of the Maho Shojos from Ore. He's like a huge D&D guy.
A JoJo character.
Yeah. And like Sofia Vergara has like gone on interviews and been like, oh yeah, like every like Friday he and a whole bunch of his friends like they go downstairs into like the wine cellar and play D&D, and they have like dragon heads up on the wall and shit. And they get like super into it. And he's like fucking just like this awesome like super actor guy, and he just like loves D&D. Like it's become like more like publicly accepted to play D&D and stuff. LARPing is like the last remaining thing that's like weird in the public consciousness. It's not weird actually. I'm not insulting people.
Yeah.
I'm saying like the public consciousness of it. Yes, I'm trying to remember his name. What the fuck is his name?
Yo, if
like
he had an afro, that man
Joe-
would look like Joe.
It's Joe Manganiello.
Yeah.
Oh my god. He has to play Joe.
His name is Joe Man.
Yeah, he has
His
to
name
play.
is Joe Man.
Yeah, he has to play Joe in the live action remake, or in the live action Hollywood remake of Megalobox.
This guy's too beefy though. Joe in Megalobox is like he's skinny, like he's skinnier,
Yeah.
but he's also like strong.
He still can't swallow off bread and water. No,
But no,
okay.
wasn't it like Vin Diesel was the first like big celebrity to like come out and say, yeah,
I
I
wouldn't say
played Dungeons
first,
and Dragons.
but like he helped.
He was up there.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know that like Anderson Cooper played. Stephen Colbert played.
Big proponent for that too.
hmm
Well, he isn't like a stereotypical like when you think of Stephen Colbert, you kind of think a nerdy guy. Like
Yeah.
he looks like a nerd.
But people love him.
Yeah. I mean, that's all it takes is like people that are accepted in like the
He's, like,
public
super
consciousness, and
charismatic.
like they do normal stuff, and they also play D&D.
He rolled an 18 on his charisma.
It doesn't have to be like, oh, he's super masculine and also plays D&D. It's just like he's a normal guy. He does normal guy stuff. Like he's just like one of us. We like him. Oh, he also plays D&D. That's cool. And that's how it like becomes acceptable in like the public consciousness.
It also helps when a bunch of people aren't saying D&D players are Satan worshippers.
Yeah.
That was fun. Then it was Pokemon, although I don't know what it is now.
I think I had to watch like a video at some point about that.
Oh, you did go to? Was it in Sunday school?
Yeah, it was in like Sunday school at some point.
How Pokemon's the toy of the
No,
devil?
how D&D
Right.
it like
Is the
is
devil?
like it wasn't exactly how D&D is the devil. It's like how it wasn't okay because it was like because there were other gods in D&D and there wasn't any representation of the one true god, a la God.
Even though you could always put it in, there were no rules against it.
Like, even though there are no rules and you could totally have God if you wanted to, but they were like in the classic D&D rulebook there is no God. It's just a whole bunch of like separate gods, and you're not supposed to have any other idols above God, one of the commandments. And so it was like, and there's no like classic like good, will always triumph over evil thing. There was like this whole thing, and there was a whole bunch of people who played D&D that was like, no, that's actually all wrong. Like
That's exactly what it's about.
it's exactly about like you're always like the representation of like one of the good gods, and the evil gods are always out doing stuff, and you're always fighting them for the sake
Doing
of your
shit.
good god. Like that's pretty much what D&D is about. And the church people were like, no, it's
No.
not what it's about.
You can't have fun. God doesn't like it when you have fun. Don't touch yourself.
Don't
Just
touch
just
yourself.
sleep. Do your
Feel ashamed of your urges. Your body is dirty. It is not a temple.
No.
It's honestly
body's not
surprising. I thought
fine.
like the D&D hysteria died out in the 80s. I genuinely thought like, oh yeah,
It
people
did.
like there are proponents
much.
against it, but I didn't think you'd be taught about it in a Christian school.
I mean, it was like one video one time. It wasn't like they like drilled into it. It was
Yeah.
like You should never play D&D.
But still, that is the school trying to say to you, like, oh no, Dungeons and Dragons is evil. You should never play it. Like, regardless of how many times they said it to you,
They still
they
said
said it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
That is shocking to me.
They said a lot of stuff.
When do you think we'll get the first anime where they just play D&D? And it's not
Probably
like
never, but
absolute
I'd
garbage,
like it
it's
if they
just
tried.
3 minutes, yeah.
Isn't that what Rugrats was?
What?
Like, Rugrats was basically that. Like, if Dungeons and Dragons was made into a proper show that wasn't the Dungeons and Dragons show, it would be Rugrats.
I was about to say, they did have the Dungeons and Dragons show, which was a hell of a show.
But that was like they get trapped in the game world, which is
Yeah.
it is a what is it called? Isekai.
It is an isekai done by America.
That's what
Yes.
I really want. Like, it's an isekai, but like it's such a dragon. It's just like you slowly realize that the characters aren't real, and it cuts to just 5 guys just playing Dungeons and Dragons, and they're like, "Fuck, my character died," or something like that.
But no, like alright, the premise of Rugrats though is like they're doing things and then they're putting a fantasy twist on it. Like if they're just trying to get across the park, they did a whole Western thing about it. And so like it was the
Oh.
Western, like it was they were exploring the West.
Yeah, I guess
And
that's
so
a pretty good way to look at it.
that is like that is the premise of Rugrats, and that is what Dungeons and Dragons kind of was.
I be honest, I completely forgot about what Rugrats was about. All I knew was it had babies in it.
Mhm.
But I do now remember that, they would pretend.
I remember that they had the dinosaur called Reptar.
Reptar.
Yes.
Wasn't he voiced by Vin Diesel?
Maybe?
Possibly.
It's voiced by someone. I need
might
to
be a
look this
thing.
up.
Probably it is voiced by somebody.
It's someone we know, and like
Why,
it was.
why would I Google Reptar? Are the Google fill-in options Reptar bars, Reptar
John
cereal, and Reptar on ice?
Leo?
I want to know, is there a Reptar cereal?
I think so.
Rugrats exclusive Reptar cereal. It's $13.
Oh,
That's a lot of cash to
John
throw at
Shuck?
cereal.
I don't know who
I
that
don't know.
is.
Yeah, who the fuck cares? Who cares? He's not dead yet. He's born 1969.
What is this?
Oh no, sorry, born.
No, it's
1940.
Busta Rhymes.
Oh, it's Busta Rhymes?
It is.
Dude, that's gangsta.
Oh right.
I think
So
I've heard.
only
I
in a
think
few episodes, including the Rugrats movie. It
Yep,
was Busta
that's what I was thinking
Rhymes.
of.
this is like the thing we talked about with like, I wish I was so stupid that I forgot everything every day and every day was like a new experience. I feel like I've heard that Busta Rhymes was Reptar before, and every single time I hear it, I always am just so excited that Busta Rhymes was Reptar. God, I love Busta Rhymes. Man is a legend.
An absolute unit.
Absolute unit. Busta Rhymes is Reptar. I love it.
So once again, the many things I've forgotten. I remembered I wanted to sell out to something specific, and it was.
Oh,
gonna
are
be,
we
like,
already
some
at that
dumb
point?
joke? What else are we going to talk about? We
I don't know.
like these
I just
shows.
feel like this
We
has
don't
been a
have
short
Alex
podcast.
chiming in, so. What topics do you guys want to talk about?
I feel like there was something that was worth mentioning. If only I could remember what it was.
I don't know. Jeffrey, go watch Hinamatsuri. It's a funny show.
What?
Is it?
What
Yeah.
show?
Hinamatsuri.
Hina Matsuri.
Yeah, I'll type
How do you
it
spell
out.
Hina?
There you go.
Oh, okay. It's one word. I figured it was two.
That's one word.
No, that's all. Yeah.
Funny show. I think I explained what it was last episode, but for you again, it is a show about a Yakuza member who adopts a 12-year-old girl who
There's
also
also
has
been a lot of
psychic powers.
Yakuza members in like shows recently.
I think it's just coincidence. With Mako Sergio Ore and Tina Matsuri are the only ones that I remember that have a Yakuza member.
I googled it and it said Sunday, March 3rd. I don't know why. Is it a holiday or
Release
something?
date. That's the release date, I think.
For 2019?
Wait, what the fuck?
What?
The Sunday, March 3rd, 2019 in
Did
the
you
United
look up
States of
on Google?
America. I googled Hina Matsuri, and the first thing that shows up is Sunday, March 3rd, Hina Matsuri, 2019 in the United States of America. After that comes the anime, but I don't know what this date means.
Also called Dolls Day or Girls Day, is a special day in Japan.
Oh. No, I don't get it.
Celebrated
no
each
i-
year on 3 March, platforms covered in the red carpet material are used to display a set of ornamental dolls representing the emperor, empress, attendants, and musicians in traditional court dress of the Heian period.
Excuse
i.e.
me, Nick. We watched Shioka. We know what this is. This is the last episode.
Oh my god, you're totally
Oh.
right. I'm dumb.
Yeah.
I didn't watch Yoko the ending.
Oh, this is what happens.
did.
Fucking the mystery is the bridge broke down, I think, right?
No, the guy lied about the bridge breaking down.
Oh, but the mystery was the bridge. We can't use the bridge.
We can't use the bridge. So we go to a different bridge, but the reason the bridge was broken, quote unquote, was because there was a photographer who was lying about it so that he could get a better shot.
Oh, because they wanted them to walk through
He
the
wanted him
cher-
to walk underneath the cherry
blossom.
tree.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, that's what happens. Like they have a procession for these dolls,
Mhm.
and yeah, then they do it.
Yeah,
And
it was very confusing not knowing anything about the holiday because they were just calling all the girls dolls, and I'm like, it's kind of demeaning.
Yeah, like what the hell's going on?
It's kind of
Young-
fucked up that you're just like, all these dolls that we can just dress up, and I'm like, they're people, damn it.
Young lady, you shouldn't be treated like that.
Respect yourself.
Respect yourself. Yep. Anyways, Jeffrey, it's a fun show. Very fantastic, very funny. Also has very great moments of wholesomeness. I do enjoy it quite a lot.
I was reminded just now of something that is worth bringing up and talking about for a little bit. Jeffrey, did you watch the newest episode of My Hero?
I did
Did
not.
not.
Oh.
So
We
he
can
did,
talk about it if you want.
did you want? Did you? Are you going to talk about the fight with Muscle Man?
I mean, I was going to ask you both for your opinions of it.
I liked it. It was fun.
Did you?
Yeah.
And your opinion on the final move of 1000%?
It was fucking great. He was hyping himself up. I loved it.
All right.
I think it's just a name. It's just a name. It wasn't actually like 1,000,000% punch.
Yeah.
Like it was just a name.
About to say it'd be very disappointing if he can already do that. Like I've heard that he can go beyond 100%.
Plus Ultra.
Plus
Yeah.
Ultra.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like it's not great to have it happen. Well, I guess this is the third season. It's okay for him to go.
No, he
Well, he
does.
hasn't gone max yet, has he?
He does like a couple times. No, he does the punch that Full Might does, or All Might does, during the Nomu fight, where it's like the stars are like, you see like the power being transferred through them.
Plus
It's that
Ultra.
punch. It's that
Plus
punch.
Ultra hit.
It's that punch. But he just calls it 1,000,000%.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's all it was. It was just fun. It was, hyped up. The music was great. And, like, the final shot of him, like, screaming was cool. So, yeah.
Cool. Is it as good as the Nomu fight? I fucking love that fight.
I don't know. Like,
Is it
the Nomu
comparable?
fight was, like, there was a lot more movement in a Nomu fight, I felt. And this one, there was, like, it was mostly, like, a couple of really strong punches. And while it was cool, it doesn't match, like, the cool kinetic energy that happened in Nomu versus All Might. I don't know why I keep wanting to call him Full Might.
Nomu versus All Might also felt like much more like believable almost. Like they were both wailing the shit out of each other, and they weren't like showing that they were taking damage, and so it was believable for like how much
Strong he
power they
gets.
were. That they were both just like so strong that they could like keep fighting through all these like blows they were taking.
Fucking
Whereas, like,
Deku.
Deku
Holy
got
shit.
ripped apart. He should have gone down. Like he took 8 or 9 like bone crunching body blows.
Is he Bakugo's dad, Muscle Man? Or is he Bakugo's brother?
What do you mean?
The dude he fights. Because he has, like, the same hair color and, like, the same eyes. I was like,
Oh,
looks like
is he
Bakugo's
I
fucking
don't
deadbeat
think they're
father.
related at all.
Okay. That's a weird design choice then. Like, why would they like make him look so similar? But all right. I was hoping that Koda would have a better power than just make water appear from my hands. But
I mean,
then
they've already like explained the whole like powers
Yeah.
are passed genetically, and his parents were called water hose. So
Yep. Well, are they water hose collectively, or like does someone have water and someone else is a hose?
Is one of them water hose and the other one is the one that people don't remember?
No, like like one of them is like one of them can make water. One of them can funnel water through a hose that they make with like their hand or something, and that's their power. Like they're completely useless unless they have each other. And then Koda's
Or-
just both.
Form of a shark, shape of a bucket of water.
Essentially, that's what it was. But yeah, it was a cool fight. I really enjoyed it. I still hate the opening because that song does not match the visuals at all. Although the ending's still kind of nice.
Maybe I'll go watch them after this.
You should. I have heard that the fights coming up are going to be a lot cooler. Nick, can you attest to that?
I would say so.
Cool. All right. So I'm hyped for that.
Nice. I'm glad to see. So okay, I think I'm 2 episodes behind. So a villain shows up, obviously, or someone shows up, but the whole like the big thing that they're doing right now is training their powers, right, to get more powerful with their quirks.
Yeah, they're like training their quirks specifically.
Hmm.
That's awesome. I'm excited to see some training, some Star Wars Episode 5.
Don't get too excited.
Oh, that's disappointing. I'm already disappointed now.
Get ready for some ad hoc training, not like, do this thing training. Get ready for life experience training, because that's what's gonna happen.
It's a lot of like, go over there and use your power on that implausibly large thing. Punch the
Oh,
rock. Do it again.
Yeah. Even then, like
Keep
the actual
punching
training
the
they
rock.
do isn't that like it's like running a mile. That it's not entirely like cool. Although I'm looking forward to Crow, Raven, whatever the fuck his name is, a fight with him.
Bird guy.
Birdman, yeah.
Oh hell yeah. He's an awesome. I love his power. I love his quirk.
Revel in the dark.
But also, Oh, Nick, you told us a little while ago that like when they're in the woods at some point, like they see the birdie go crazy.
Yeah,
Does that
it's
happen?
dark. It's gonna happen soon, I think, because it's
There's
nighttime right now.
Nighttime right now, and
Mhm.
there's
Oh,
a conflict
fuck yes.
brewing. And he keeps saying revelry in the dark.
Yes, I'm excited.
Let's see. Are we gonna see anything cooler though? Like, does Team B ever get like anything specific for them? Like, do they become cool at all, or are they just kind of like actually the B team?
I mean, they become like usable.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like the story's ever gonna like switch to be like, let's talk about what B team does for the next couple episodes. It'll
I
be
meant
pretty
more
much
like-
like this is A team with a cameo by B team sometimes.
I meant more like so it doesn't really focus on all the characters in A team. There's like 10 that they actually care about, and then 10 like they're like, let's just
Right.
they're there. I was wondering if like people from the B team got higher priority than the people in A team who like just get pushed aside. Because fucking Iron Fist girl gets she gets a lot of screen time compared
She
to like
does.
the other kids who like are completely fucking useless.
I mean, they have like some of B team that show up.
There's the
Her
comedic.
quirk's kinda bad.
There's like the other version of Rock Skin with Steel Skin.
I like
He
him
and
though.
Rock Skin have like their friendly rivalry, so he shows up a pretty good amount.
He wants to fight. I'm ready for
Hair,
that.
Stuff like that.
I'm ready for him to get his ass kicked. But
B
anyways,
team's pretty alright.
no, they're just the B team. Don't even try to
They're just the B team.
They're the B team. They know it. They're the B team. Who cares about them?
Okay, but some of them have better quirks than like some of our A team heroes, like the
Like to
his
steal
name?
your
Mineta,
quirk guy
the
who's
great-
an absolute fucking idiot.
steal your work guy.
Steal your quirk.
Wait, the which quirk?
No, there's a guy who steals quirks.
Oh, that's an awesome quirk though. Like,
yeah, but he's
that's
fucking
badass.
useless. He's so stupid.
Does he does he do anything other than in that tournament? Like, has
No,
he
because
shown
he's
up
stuck
these
in
last couple
remedial
episodes?
math or some shit.
Oh, he's literally stupid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
They have to go. The people who fail the exam have to go for like makeup classes, And so like they walk into the first day of makeup classes and he's there and he's just like, haha, A class is so much worse. 5 people failed in A class, only 1 failed in B class. And they're all like, dude, you're the guy who failed. Don't be proud of yourself.
That's great.
He's proud collectively.
That's like the only thing he ever says. Like every time they walk in, he makes fun of them that way. And they're just like, dude, you've got to be like so mentally strong to keep doing this.
But yeah, he's a complete idiot. Aside from all that, I feel like it's time to end the episode.
Okay.
All right.
Who would you like to sell out to? I'll let you guys choose first because I have no fucking clue because I completely forgot what I wanted to say.
I'll sell it to Gundam. If you want to send me some Gundams to build so I can get into it without going broke by also
You're basically
buying
selling out
Lego
to Star
sets.
Trek? The concept
Trek.
and not the actual company? You want to sell out to Bandai or Sunrise, which I did last week.
Which one's the one with the LEDs? I don't know. I don't know if I can know Gundam.
They're all
sponsor
made
me
by the
so I
same
can learn about you.
manufacturer. If you want to sell out to someone, you need to consult me first, Jeffrey. God damn it.
Alex.
Shut up!
I'm gonna sell it to Brandon. Hopefully he can,
Dude,
buy
if
me
you
some
want a
Gundams.
Gundam, I'll send you a Gundam. Give me your address. I'll send you a Gundam.
I mean, okay.
All right.
I'll,
We'll do this later, but send me your address and I'll buy you one. Maybe next month,
Okay.
but not now.
I can get my own Gundam.
See, selling out to people works, Nick.
It does
And
not.
Jeffrey's getting something.
Jeffrey. Yeah. This podcast will never have any sponsors. I will not allow it.
We're all sponsors.
I will use a founder veto on any sponsor that ever tries to come to us.
Oh, that reminds me. We should do a retrospective of Netogay at some point.
A net okay.
Yeah.
The two of us just sit down and discuss.
We'll make the other guys
Netogay.
watch it.
Okay.
Jeffrey's
only
not
12
invited.
episodes.
You're gonna make Jeffrey watch an anime like in addition to the animes he's already watching. I can't even keep up with the animes we're watching most weeks.
Man, fuck you. We'll just do it some other. We'll do this in the
You're
summer.
a bad person. I don't know how you can't keep up with them.
It's 3 shows.
And they're 20 minutes each. It doesn't take like a whole
It literally
whole
takes a
lot of
fucking
time.
hour.
I'm like almost done with DxD, and I started it like I restarted it like a
Okay.
week and a half ago.
Nick, the reason I thought of like doing a retrospective of Netogay is I saw a picture of the new Rias in the new art style. She looks a lot like the main character from Netogay. At
The
least in
new
the
art
picture I
style
saw.
looks a lot like it. It does, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit, that's her, but with red hair, not purple.
With red hair.
Yeah. Anyway, I was just telling you the reason. Anyway,
I've had
yeah,
bigger eyes, but other than that, yeah, I'd agree.
Akko, that was her name.
Akko.
And then there's Mama Akko. That's another reason to rewatch the show.
For Mama Akko,
Mama Akko.
she was banging.
Holy shit. Jeffrey, look forward.
She was MILF out of 10.
We're talking about
Yuika Mama.
it was okay, but doesn't pass Mama Akko.
It does not, you're right. Yuika Mama was like okay. Yuika Mama was better than Yuika Hama, for damn sure, because Yui kind of sucked.
He all kind of sucks.
Yuika Mama, everyone in that show kind of sucked. So Yuika Mama was like the superior version, but Mama Akko was, ooh, so nice.
So nice out of 10.
So nice.
So you got
She appears on the screen in your face, just immediately stands up and you go, damn!
Oh god. Yeah, so look forward to that, Jeffrey.
It's like that scene in Friday.
Friday?
The classic movie with fucking I want to say it's Chris Tucker and
Miss
Ice Cube.
Robinson.
It's also where fucking Bye Felicia is from, which is
Bye,
I
Felicia.
did not realize a thing until recently. I feel like it's only become a thing recently because white people only started watching Friday.
I don't know, a lot of things have been things, and you just never realized it.
I feel like the Bye Felicia thing has only become a thing like recently though.
I don't know, I've seen it like
No.
every once in a while.
Bye Felicia was a thing like since I was still living in Virginia at the very least. No, that was like when my sister was still living with us, like 4 years ago. 3-4 years ago. Bye Felicia has been a thing.
Nick, you're just not hip with the kids.
Yeah.
I mean, Friday is from like when we were born, though.
I mean, you're just not hip with the lingo, though.
Like that's a reference to that movie that came out in '95. Like, it's not like it became a thing at the same time as the movie.
No, it was popularized through. It was repopularized through Vine. Like
Oh,
there
was
was a
it?
Vine where it was like "Bye Felicia," and it was just like so everyone kept on saying that shit.
Okay,
I thought it was annoying.
that is a reference to that movie where they use that line. As far as I'm
Well-
90% certain, it is a reference to that movie, and yeah, it took.
The newer uses, though, would be a reference to the Vine, which was a reference to the movie.
Which was a reference to the movie.
Yeah,
Which was 20 years old at the time of the Vine. At least.
Anyways, who are you selling out to? Friday? Is that what it is?
No, it is not Freaky Friday. That's with white people.
I said Friday.
Oh, did you? I thought you said. I thought you said something else, so I
I
assumed it was
stuttered.
Freaky Friday, which is another horror movie with Lindsay Lohan, and I do not remember who the mom was, but
Lady with spiky hair. That's all I remember.
Oh, what's her name? She does those yogurt commercials now.
she does do those.
Oh,
the,
she does, yeah. Yo, shout out to YoPlay. I think that's what that was. Oh no, is it Activa?
No.
Activia?
Activia.
It's Activia.
Activia.
Shout out to Activia. I recently liked that. I recently learned that I really like yogurt again. So send me some boxes.
I was gonna call it Activision, but I was like, no, that's a video game company. But I couldn't think of it, and all I could think of was Activision.
Nick, you are correct. The origins of the "Bye Felicia" meme did originate in the 1995 movie Friday.
Nice, called it. See, I'm telling you, it takes white people like 20 years to learn about everything from fucking like classic black culture. That movie was also great, and everybody should watch Friday.
Nick is selling out to the blacks.
The Blacks, the original men of culture. When everybody else
Jamie
in
Lee
the world,
Curtis. Jamie Lee Curtis is her name.
Jamie Lee Curtis, thank you.
I
When
wasn't
everybody else in
asking.
the world was like, we want our ladies to be thin. Only the people in Africa were like, nah, fam. Let me see those thick thighs. They were the original men of culture.
I remember I
They
saw a
always will be.
picture of Taylor Swift. It was a very unappealing angle because she looked like a washboard.
Ew.
I was like, ugh. Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna sell it to Ed Sheeran because he's trying to steal Kanye West's free thoughts, apparently, as he was accused recently this week by Kanye West. I don't know how you're doing it, Ed Sheeran, but keep stealing. I'm loving it. I'm loving Kanye being Kanye in only Kanye
Kanye's
ways.
new song is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I haven't listened to it yet.
Oh. You're in for a ride.
After the fucking Ed Sheeran comment, I like lost it for a while. And I was like, Kanye, what are you doing, man?
Listen to this new song and you'll wonder why. Or you wonder exactly what's going on.
I want to find like exactly what he said about it.
Just go on to like r/Kanye. It's probably like some pin post.
For a second there, I looked up, Ed Sheeran, Kanye West to try and find articles in which they appeared together. And there was an article that I only read part of, and I thought it said, what Kanye West thinks of, in quotes, the ginger furry. And I was like, wait, what? It was the ginger fury, but there was a second there where I was like, Kanye, you can't just go calling other people furries with no knowledge. Oh. So yeah, shout out to you, Ed Sheeran. And Kanye West for your new song, apparently.
Don't sell out to him until you listen to the song.
Okay.